And welcome back to another MMS 2017 speaker interview. And today we have someone I'm pleased to call a co-speaker. We have Sam, all the way from the UK.
Hey, hi Lee, how you doing? Yeah, you couldn't keep me away again.
That's right. You're back for another year in Minnesota, right?
Minnesota, but you're doing it with a little bit of sun. I ordered some, so you better make sure I get some.
Okay, all right. So it looks like you have a full plate this year. I see you're signed up for 4 sessions, so about as busy as you can get. Why don't we talk a little bit about what you're going to be presenting this year? So looking at sketch.org, where of course anyone can go and see your sessions. It looks like we're split off into 2 special directions here for you. Why don't you tell us about the first set, and then we'll talk about the second group.
Yeah, sure. So the first 2 sessions, one is with yourself. It's called the IT Service Management Mashup.
Yep.
It's actually on the premise of a very, very, very simple thing. It's just about simplification, right? So it's really going to be talking about when we look at traditional service management and we hear all this stuff about modern service management, what does it mean? And then actually making it real, getting practical, and keeping it simple. So you should be able to do the same things that you used to do, but how do you do it in the new world? And we drop the jargon, we just get straight to it. And of course, we got 2 geeks with gadgets. We're going to have some fun demos to go with this. Ain't giving any of this away, but you need to be in our session. We know we're going to mix it up. We've got a couple of new buzzwords for you. So just remember PIP and demo tasters.
That's right. So as always, we'll have a pretty fun set of demos where I think we're coming up with some unique things that I think we can say you've never seen before and are still pretty realistic. So Sam, how about the next session?
So with the next session, it's teaming up with one of my co-authors and fellow presenter. I've decided to go Swiss again. So I'm teaming up with the Swiss maestro, Dieter Gasser. And it's really sort of like an IT pro and consultants field trip in the IT service management space, right? So things like service management. But we're going to be talking about how you operationalize service management tools and the experiences we've got. So some practical tips and trips as well as some customer experiences. So it's a real world stuff, but it's really a field trip because everything we do is more or less a field trip because your customers are different countries and even your own internal companies. You can treat it like it's a different country with every project. So that's what I'm doing with Diddy on that one.
Okay, very cool. And I know it specifically says SCSM, but if you're doing anything in service management, I'm sure you're going to find something you can take home from that session. So the next 2 sessions, it looks like you're getting paired up with Thomas Maurer. I would like to tell us how you think that's going to go and what are those sessions all about? I think that should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, well, this one's actually quite easy for me because Thomas has got a hell of a lot of Twitter followers, right? So I thought, well, if I'm going to get some Twitter followers, I'll just do a session with him. So I'm just going to be his minion. Thomas is really, really cool. We caught up in the UK. He was down to visit a customer. We're just having dinner. I just thought, well, I'd love to do a session with you. And he goes, well, actually, I have 2 sessions. I was joking, of course, right? I thought I would just have 2 sessions. And he goes, yeah, we can talk about Server 2016. I thought, actually, there's some cool stuff in there. I'm playing with it. I need to learn more about it. And he says, well, just come join me. And then the next session, I don't have a clue, but he's going to infuse me with it. It's about Dockers, container, and Azure. I played a bit with Azure, but the other 2, I'm just going to help Thomas to practically explain Docker and containers because I know about shipyard containers. Docker, I see like a dolphin or something in the icon. I just want to see it used for something that I can take home, you can take home. So that's what we're hoping to achieve in that session. I'm sure if you ask Thomas, he's got a different idea, but hey, I'm just his minion, so I'll go with the flow.
Yeah, so you're kind of being the voice of the audience, more or less, right? So tell me what the real world application of this is, please. So hey, Sam, that sounds pretty good. You got a nice mix of sessions here. The sessions with Thomas sound great, and then the service management focus sessions also sound really interesting. So we want to keep these nice and short. So Sam, I want to thank you for taking the time to tell us about your sessions, and we'll see you in Minnesota.
Thank you very much, Lee. Always a pleasure. Never a chore. Catch you later.
See ya.